Yes.
Bring me Alicia the scarf.
As is traditional at the Cake Awareness Conference, we tend to have this guy who shows up late and doesn't know what he's talking about.
He sits in the front row and heckles.
And now he's going to present something for us. Daniel Gindis and company, everybody.
Hey everybody, what's up? I'm someone who was at the first Cake conference and has been coming religiously since then. It's one of my favorite non-events of all time. And this time, we decided to be a bit more serious. I don't know if anyone remembers anything done previous years or possibly ever. However, I would like to say that historically, there is a very famous quote about cake, which is...
Let there be cake.
Can we all say it together? It sounds better on the video camera. 1, 2, 3.
Let there be cake.
Very good, or we, as they say. So anyways, what we're going to do is, through checking up reliable sources like Wikipedia, Urban Dictionary, and so on, Encyclopedia, we're going to reenact for you guys how it came about, the phrase, the damage it did in its coining, and so on. However, we have a various cast of characters, and we drew straws, and I drew the straw one, so I'm playing Marie. That is really sucky. You really went all out on this, didn't you? You gotta be kidding me. I'm a really good sport. I already have a goatee. I'm not... I don't want lipstick.
Tastes like teachers.
Woo! I have red lipstick.
I've been this cross-dressed since I had to pay for college. You're horrible. Anyways, considering that I have to play this very important historical character, I turn the narration over to Shoshi, who's British and sounds much more official, like a voiceover on the History Channel. Yuck.
The scene is Paris, Champs-Élysées in 28th of
December
1891. And as you see, I'm wearing a burqa because it wasn't banned then. We see peasants in a housing protest because they can't afford anything because it's very cold out and it's winter. They heard that in Palestine it worked, so they decided to do it here as well. We want houses! We want houses! We want houses!
Why are the houses so expensive?
Rather, this is Cosette Eponine, the assistant to Marie Antoinette.
I hate my job.
Cosette, why are we here with these peasants who smell like...
We want houses!
They are trespassing, Your Majesty.
Whoa.
Hey, why are they protesting? I have a house. Why do they...
They're protesting because they do not, Your Majesty.
That's a pity, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But as you can see, they don't have money.
We don't have money!
Don't have money.
I will stop waving that.
We don't have showers! We demand showers!
Actually, that is incredibly unusual in signs of mental incapacity because showers in our time are considered strictly unhealthy. Probably why the Black Plague has been such an issue.
That's
All right, well, I will talk to my people because as their queen, I will make them feel so much better.
it's because we're French.
I really don't think that's going to help. But
Oh,
you know
don't
what?
worry! I'm so charming. The king and the court love me. Why shouldn't they? All right, what do you have to ask, peasants?
Why do we have such stuffy living conditions?
There are no stuffy living conditions.
There are for poor people.
Really? Oh. Yes.
It's because we're French, right?
No, it's because you're poor.
All right, next question.
Why can't we afford bread?
Well, actually, there's a reason for that. But, oh, did you want to say something about the bread?
there is no bread, then you can eat cake.
You're supposed to be shocked here. And after the shock,
Get to the
scene
beheading.
2.
Beheading.
Scene number 2.
Look out for cables and stuff.
Now we're moving scenes.
Oh, really?
Take it out.
What am I supposed to do now?
Sit down. Something.
Fine. Ow. It's a horrible day. All right.
Well, yeah.
Now we move to a courtroom where Marie Antoinette is being tried for her crimes against French humanity.
Order in the court! Order in the court!
I didn't know anything. What do you want?
I will be prosecuting this queen for her crimes.
Okay, listen, I want the makeup. Let's get it personal, all right?
And I apparently have been chosen to defend her. I have no idea why she chose me.
Silence, you're forgotten.
Order in the court.
I told you already. I will order when I'm ready.
Daniel, Marie Antoinette is not French. She's Austrian.
You really suck.
I is very sorry to be on this
Thank you. We're sorry.
Off with her head.
Wait, no, wait a minute. We haven't reached judgment yet.
You're prosecutor, I'm defendant. Learn your place. All right.
Order in my court.
What, are you gonna hold me for contempt? Listen, if you don't let me
Off
plead
with her head too.
deal with it, that's a different case regardless.
The prosecution will agree that that is a fair claim.
Why are we here? I have my nails to be done. I hashed my nails.
Queen!
Stop calling me that! Isn't so bad.
Order in the court.
Switch colors.
What are the claims?
The claims we bring before you today as the queen, she's not taking care of her people.
Say off with her head.
I find this claim to be ridiculous, as her sole purpose as Queen of France is to look good and entertain the higher royal people.
No one will agree that she hasn't done that job properly. But
Many times. I'm a woman. We will not have power for 150 years.
you'll still be neglecting the people of France.
Just off with her head.
I beg to differ. How has she been neglecting the people?
Shh, I asked the
Order!
question.
Order in my court.
I asked the
Courts
question.
work like this today too.
How can you ask the questions when I argued my point with a question?
Shh. I asked the questions. So, Marie Antoinette, what did you say to the people?
I said when they said they had no bread.
Austrian accent!
I said.
I called my witness to the stand, therefore she has no reason to answer your question.
I said if there is no bread, then let them eat cake.
All right.
Off with her head!
Off with all their heads.
All right. So, clap, please. Scarf. Okay, so the moral of the story is this. While this very realistic enactment was practically perfect and accurate in every way, apparently the reason that what she said was so problematic is indeed she didn't have much power, she didn't really visit the people, and was an Austrian person who wasn't so connected to everything, was because when she said the phrase, let them eat cake, which in German is, lassen Sie se Kuchen oder Brot essen ein Feiß Brot. It sounds very similar, apparently, in those days to the French, who didn't speak German, phrase "You la mère essen de porc en ta mère, sus des un dans la forêt," which means you're an ugly pig dog and your mother engages with bear-like creatures in the forest in an appropriate manner. So when you say that to people en masse, you can understand why this lost in translation has affected history to this day in a very interesting way. Thank you very much.
We promised the protesters outside the Knesset that we would present this to the owners of the apartment who would hang it outside.
Janet, this is a thank you. Come get your
Okay, your gift.
The cast of the original Marine Let Them Eat Cake Lost in Translation spiel present you. Please give her the Shannon kiss. By the way, they were hiding under this to avoid the rain. It's one less house, but you have a beautiful sign. Thank you, Val. Thank you, merci, Dr. Shane, whatever.
Thank you, Mr. Guests.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have